Hello everybody, hello and welcome into the Purple Penguin Craft Room. I am Vicky. Today is all about inspire, is the word for today. Let me know what your word of the day would be if you were going to be doing a craft. So today, like I said, it's inspire. So this is my project to inspire you to go ahead and do your own. I love how this turned out. We've got metal, we've got wood, we've even got quite a few little butterflies hidden in here. How cute is that? I'm going to show you how I put mine together so that you can go ahead and do your own. Let me know what you think. Say hi when you get on here just so I can say, see you were here, and say hi back. Go ahead, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all the things. Doesn't cost you anything, but it helps me out. I know a lot of people are just watchers, but it always helps to say hi and to share. Alright, let's get started. Let's get our background started. I've got shims, and the shims are where it starts fat at one end and goes skinny to the other. These are typically found at your hardware stores. They're usually back by where the doors and windows are because that's what they use these for. Shims are used to level off things like windows and doors and that kind of thing, cabinets, that kind of stuff. So what they do is they shove the shim into the door frame or the window frame, and then they break them off. That kind of helps hold them in place. But we're going to use them for crafting. So I'm going to take, these are about 11 3/4 inch long. There is no really set length. It's not going to say it on the packaging, just because they're not something that's typically used for stuff like this kind of crafting or whatnot. So I'm going to use them, and we're going to go ahead. Do be careful with them if you're kind of rubbing up against them or anything. They are not typically super smooth. They're not regulated because it's not something that's typically used for crafting. So just kind of be careful for splinters, that kind of thing. I'm going to go ahead. These are going to be our background. And what we're going to do is alternate for every other one for just so that they're not all the big ones on one side and all the skinny stuff on the other side. We're going to alternate it. So that just means I've got a fat end at one side, skinny end at the other. The next one, we're going to switch it and have the fat end and then the skinny end. So they're kind of going to be a little bit, wavy. So if you look at it, it's going to be a little wavy. If you look at the back portion of it, it's all going to be flat because the back obviously is going to be straight. So just keep that in mind for when you connect them in the back. We will be using 2 of the giant craft sticks from Walmart. These are from Walmart. They are going to go on the back side of this project, so we will need to cut them, but we'll get to that a little bit later. Right now, all I want to do is we're going to stain them. And I say stain, we're just going to rub our Waverly wax on them, and the antique wax, I should say, because you don't have to use Waverly. I just prefer Waverly. It's just easier to get to because it's at Walmart, easier to find sometimes. So I'm just going to take my damp baby cloth and my Waverly, and we're just going to coat. And I'm just going to do the fronts. I'm not going to do the front and back. Like I said, do be careful because you may get splinters. Or if you're okay with doing it extra work, go ahead and sand them down. I mean, it is a little bit extra work, but you won't kind of ensure you won't get splinters. And basically we're just rubbing it on just like as if it was a stain. Now you typically are not going to see the skinny part, but you may see the fatter part of this project. So I am going to kind of do the sides just to a point. I don't necessarily have to do the whole thing. And that's just because when you put it up against the next piece, you may see. And you can tell it definitely is chewing up my my cloth here. So it's definitely, it's not a smooth surface by any means. Like I said, that's okay. I pick these because I do like it to look a little rough and rustic and not super brand new and smooth. That's kind of why I pick these. Sometimes if you want them to look even more rustic looking, you can actually, I like to take my needle nose pliers, and you just grab the end of them with your needle nose pliers and twist it and kind of chew it up. That works too, so that you don't have this smooth edge here. Okay, so I stained them all. I made sure to get the ends, and I only stained probably about halfway down, but you really almost can't even tell because this portion is going behind this, which you're not going to see, which is fine. We're going to bring in our backer pieces because we need to make them so they all stick together here. I'm just going to take, just got extra sharp scissors here. I don't need to take a whole lot off, but these are really thin, so they actually cut really easily. See how it goes all the way. I mean, you could cut the tips off of both sides if you really wanted to. I'm not going to because I don't need to, because I want to make sure that covers all of it. Oh, you know what? They were kind of separated. So I do need to take more off. So make sure that they are fully squished together when you do this. Real life crafting, you guys. Real life crafting. Okay. So I just took the tips off. Like I said, just sharp scissors will work. Use what you got. So now we're going to glue them together. We are just going to use my tacky glue. Good old tacky glue. Now there's going to be kind of a trick to these. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set these, okay, so I'm just going to push them over just a little bit here. Actually, I'm going to collect them. Just trying to keep everything in the same space so you guys can see everything here. So we're going to lay our pieces down like so. Let's see, far apart, I want them roughly about this far apart. We're going to take our glue and we're going to make sure we cover the entire piece. If you're using hot glue, you may want to do this in sections just because the hot glue will start to dry probably before you finish your project. Getting all the pieces on there. I'm not too worried about that because it does take a little bit of time for this to set up. So that's okay for me. It's kind of like sometimes why I pick tacky glue is because I like it to have a little bit of time to set up sometimes, depending on your project. So this one has got the fat end at one side, skinny at the other. And we're just going to come down here and push down. Again, now this is the skinny end here, so this is going to be the fat one next to it. And you can get kind of creative with this too if you want to do like skinny, skinny, fat, fat, skinny, skinny, fat, fat, or whatever. Totally up to you. This is your project. And you can make them go out any further if you want. They don't have to be even. I'm just going to play with it and make it how you want it to look. And the reason I'm doing it this way instead of flipping them over and doing it on the back is because I want it to be up against the flat side. Well, the flat side is only going to be on the bottom. Once you flip these over, then the other side is going to be flat and the back will be like this. So you've got a lot of thought into making this project work like this. Okay, so we will let those dry. They'll probably take about an hour and it will be fully set up. So meanwhile, we're going to bring in our flour. This is from the Dollar Tree. It is metal wooden plaque is what they're calling it. And we're just going to cut it off because we are not going to use it like that. It is going to have a little hole in it. I'm fine with that. I like metal and wood together. So I'm going to put mine like this. You know what? Since I have this already just sitting in front of me and it's really, can't really move it or anything, I'm going to leave it like this. We're going to go ahead and take, I have E6000. That's what this is. I know you can't tell because of the way, because I've got this, this is called a key, and it helps to get the glue out of it. We're just going to go ahead, since it says metal, I always use E6000 with metal because otherwise any other kind of glue, it's challenging, very challenging. We're just going to put this usually doesn't take that much. This has got a bunch of ripples in it. So we're just hoping. Put it on the project here. And then that way that can glue at the same time as the back. And with E6000, I always like to make sure, kind of clean off the edge. It just makes it easier to get the top back on and off there. Now, since I have this already like this, let's go ahead and paint our flower. I'm going to paint my flower like that. I'm going to do this in a purple, and this is lavender. This is a lavender color. And I'm going to actually pour my container there. And we're just going to paint this while it's on here. Just to make it quick and easy. If you get me on the metal, you can just kind of wipe it off. Metal is very forgiving. I'm not too worried about the sides. This does look like it was cut by a laser, and so it's already got the darker sides. Usually when I come across wood that's already been cut by a laser and it has the dark sides, I like to just leave that. I kind of like that burnt sides kind of look. But you know, you can paint your sides too if you want. Totally up to you. I love this color purple. It's a very pretty purple. We're probably going to distress this a little bit with white too, just to kind of distress it a little. Normally I would do brown, but I kind of want to do white with this, so it's a lighter project. Now that this paint is dry, we're still waiting for the rest of this to dry, but we're going to take our sandpaper. This is 120 grit, little Gator sander. I'm kind of rough it up a little bit here. Just see if I like this. Otherwise, I might be bringing some white in. Let's see about that. Just going to kind of rough up the edges here. Like it a little distressed. The sandpaper. Try and go all in the same direction so it doesn't look too kind of weird. On the wood there too. It's okay. Okay, I kind of like that. I'm probably not going to bring in the, I was thinking about bringing in the white. I think we're going to be okay with that. I also have, so we have these stickers. I have these from Dollar Tree. Now, I'm going to just look and see what sticker I like here. I like the fact that it's clear so you can see what sticker I like here. I was kind of thinking on, I like create, I like smile, believe, enjoy, I like inspire. Let's do enjoy. Let's do inspire. Let's do inspire, right? Kind of like that. That's the hardest part of this project, is deciding what things to use. And then, you know, I've got these little butterflies. It'd be kind of fun to put on here. Why not? Why not? They're kind of cute. Now, to kind of tone down the fact that it's shiny from being a sticker, I think we're going to take some Mod Podge, and this is matte finish, so it should dull it out, the shiny part. That's what the goal is. And we don't need a lot, just, you know, just enough to kind of cover them a little bit. If you want, actually, you know, I might just go ahead, do the whole thing, just kind of seal it, the whole thing. We're looking pretty good so far. Now I want to take a little bit of extra, just kind of want to bring in some green and browns and things. This is from Hobby Lobby. And how cool is that? It's twine, but it has leaves. It has leaves in it. And I thought that was kind of cool. It's a vine-like thing. And I was thinking it'd be kind of cool to just kind of take a bunch of it. This isn't their ribbon section. And just kind of, look, it already wants to kind of do its own little curly cues. And that'd be kind of fun. There's quite a bit on here. It's 3 yards of it. So I kind of want to let it do its own thing somewhat. Kind of give me cut it off up here. Like that, I think will be perfect. This is the first time I've used this. I got it because it looked cool and I didn't really have a purpose for it, but I really kind of wanted it. One of those things. Impulse buys. Okay, I really, 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 really like how that looks. That looks great. So now the trick is to get it to stay how I want it to stay. We're going to just glue it down certain areas. You don't have to like glue the entire thing. I think if we just put it in certain areas, I think it will work just fine. I think if you get, I like the fact that it's lifted a little, and I think if you get too much flat, if you glue the whole entire thing, the flat part of it, it's just going to look really flat. I don't want it to look flat. I like the fact that it looks lifted. That looks really good. I love how that looks. All right, we're going to, I want to do a bow on it. I was kind of thinking, I've got this twine, this is from Walmart, in their floral section. I was kind of thinking of a white twine bow, but we might end up going with the brown. Let's see how this white looks. I'm going to go 3, 4, 5, 6. Wrap around 6 times. See what that looks like here. Pull everything down like so. I'm not sure if I'm loving it. That doesn't look bad. Well, let's see what it looks like with brown. It's the same thing. This is, trust me, this is the same thing in brown. However, once you get down to a certain point, it doesn't look like a ball anymore. It looks like a mess. So let's try, maybe if I go a little bit bigger, maybe that's the problem. So it's 3, 4, 5, and 6. Grab it down here. Maybe it's because I'm not loving that either. Let's go with something simple. Sorry, decisions sometimes can be a little hard to do. I try and just keep it simple. I'm not liking that either. This is a part of the creative process of, maybe if I go smaller, a little smaller though. Half thinking I'm just taking the bow out, period. What would we put here? I kind of like that. We're just going to do this small one. I wanted to try and cover this part up, but I think we're going to be good. We'll just leave it. Now, I also was kind of thinking, I have these. They're little butterflies. They're from the Dollar Tree. They were called just like wood cutout things. I kind of like how they look. And I do kind of want to bring them in. So, because I like this purple here, I'm going to do them in purple too. Why not? A little heavy with my paint there. I'm just going to do a couple. Just kind of spread out the purple love there a little bit. Do an even 4. I like even numbers. I'm going to kind of hide the end piece here, or even, so that's too much, that's too close. Kind of spread it out a little bit here. All right, perfect. I love how that looks. Turned out beautiful. You could definitely add or delete or whatever. I just wanted it simple but yet creative. I love how this looks. We'll do a hanger on the back of it. But definitely keep on coming back for some more crafting with Purple Penguin Craft Room. Happy crafting.